I've generated over 8 billion views across Logan Paul's podcast content, and here is the painful truth that I learned the hard way. Most podcasters are working insanely hard on the wrong things. Hey, I'm Kaleb. I've been the co-owner and content producer of the Impulsive podcast for the last 6 years. And within those 6 years, we grew it to 4.8 million YouTube subscribers, 3.6 million on TikTok, and over 1 million on Instagram. And today, I'm not here to hype you up. In this video, I'm gonna give you my exact step-by-step system to stop being invisible, get consistent views every single week, and grow your subscribers. Because if you're just uploading long episodes and hoping people find them, you're not building a podcast. You're building a library that nobody wants to walk into. And if you don't wanna figure this out alone, I run the Viral Podcast Community, which is the #1 podcast community in the world. I go live, I review your content, I share what's working, what's not, and tell you exactly so you're not guessing. So if you're serious, join us using the link in the description. Now let me show you the system. Step 1, commit to one long-form episode every single week. One episode per week, non-negotiable. Not when you have time or not when you feel inspired, every single week. Consistency isn't just discipline, it's training the algorithm and your audience to expect you. And you're not trying to go viral once, you're trying to build a show to get people to return to. And a huge overlooked move here is to set your show up as a podcast on YouTube. On YouTube, a podcast is essentially a playlist you designate as a podcast, and it unlocks podcast-specific discovery and organizational features. So don't just upload episodes randomly, put them into a podcast playlist that's properly marked as a podcast, and it makes your content much easier to binge, much easier to find, and easier for the YouTube algorithm to understand what you actually are. Now, once that long form episode is live, this is where the real game starts. Step 2 is posting 4 shorts within 48 hours of the podcast episode dropping. Most podcasters post 1 episode and they just disappear. Instead, you're gonna post 4 shorts within about 2 days of that podcast episode going up. Now, at this point, you might be asking why? Well, because Shorts is the discovery engine. Shorts bring in cold traffic, long form ends up converting that traffic into fans. And here's the part that turns this into an actual funnel. You're gonna wanna link each short directly to your long form episode using YouTube's related video feature, which is an absolute game changer. You can add a related video after uploading your short so viewers can click straight into the long form episode. That's the bridge. That's how a random short viewer becomes a subscriber. Now, your shorts can't be mini trailers. Nobody cares about trailers. Your shorts need to be the best moments with the strongest hooks. Give them a reason to pay attention immediately and let curiosity pull them into the full episode. Step number 3 is publishing 3 to 5 medium-length clips every single week. Now we layer in what I call the relationship content. These are clips that are longer than shorts, think 2 to 8 minutes long, where somebody can actually feel your personality, your point of the story, your view, and just your overall story. 3 to 5 times per week. Now, how do you pick them without guessing? Use this. Your timestamps/chapters are what you think are the best parts. Your analytics are what the audience proves are the best parts. Now, this is where you're gonna be able to look at your retention spikes, look for moments that actually trigger comments, and look for sections where people actually replayed or maybe even quoted or made content about your podcast in. Because your audience tells you what they want more of, and you just have to listen. Step 4 is to not limit yourself to YouTube. I want you to cross-post on TikTok and Instagram, and create a TikTok account, create an Instagram account, post the shorts and clips on there too. And in both episodes, I want you to put one simple link to your latest full YouTube episode. And here's why this works. Those platforms are giant attention machines, but YouTube is where viewers convert to long-form subscribers. So, binge watchers. So think of TikTok and Instagram as the freeway, and think of YouTube as the destination. Step 5 is responding to every single comment like your growth depends on it. Because it does. Early on, when you don't have scale, you win with connection. I want you to respond to every single comment you can, especially in the early window after posting. But don't reply with dead answers like, "Thanks, bro." Make it a conversation. Answer the question, ask a question back, challenge their take, ask an extra quick insight. This does 2 things. It boosts your engagement signals, which is awesome, and it turns casual viewers into people who actually feel seen. And people who feel seen, guess what they do? They come back. Now here's step number 6. When a clip hits, I want you to double down immediately. This is the part that separates creators who grow fast from the creators who stay stuck. Most people hit a winning clip and then they go right back to just random topics. I don't know why they do that, but they do it. So don't do it. When a clip hits, you double down. You make a part 2, you go deeper into the same topic, and ask the next guest a very similar question, because that helps create momentum. Momentum is rare, so when you have it, you ride it, because your job isn't to prove that you're creative. Your job is to give the audience what they're already telling you they want faster than everybody else. So if you take anything away from this, let it be this. Growing your podcast isn't about working harder. It's about working on the right things consistently. You're not just posting one episode per week. You're building a machine that creates discovery, momentum, conversion every single week. If you commit to the system, one long form episode, consistent shorts and clips, cross-posting, real engagement, doubling down when something actually hits, you stop being invisible and the growth stops feeling so random. And hey, if you want help implementing this instead of having to try and figure it out on your own, that's exactly why I built my viral podcast community, which is the #1 podcast community in the whole world. The link is in the description. Now, if this helped you, I want you to subscribe, because I break down podcast growth, content system, and what's actually working every single week. Now go build that podcast that people actually find.